It was a cold winter evening in New York City. Snowflakes gently covered the sidewalks, and most people hurried home to escape the freezing wind. Inside a small roadside restaurant, Daniel, a 29-year-old waiter, wiped down the last empty table. He had been working double shifts for weeks, trying to save money for his mother's medical bills. Life had never been easy, but Daniel believed in one simple rule: treat everyone with kindness, no matter who they are. That night, business was slow.
Come on in,
Only
sir.
a few
It's
customers
freezing
remained.
out there.
The clock showed
Let's get you warmed
10:45
up.
p.m., just 15 minutes before closing time. Suddenly,
It's no trouble
the restaurant
at all,
door
sir.
opened with a soft creak.
Please,
An
take
elderly
your
man
time.
walked in. His coat looked old, and snow clung to his shoulders. His hands trembled slightly from the cold. Many people would have
Right
ignored
this way,
him,
ma'am.
assuming he
Please
couldn't
have a
afford
seat.
much. But
Thank
Daniel
you
immediately
kindly.
stepped forward with a warm smile. "Good evening, sir," he said politely. "Please come in and sit down. I'll bring you something hot."
Here
The
you
old
are,
man
sir.
nodded quietly
A
and sat
warm
at a corner
bowl
table.
of our
His
best
eyes looked
chicken
tired
soup.
yet kind.
Thank you
Daniel
kindly.
noticed the
It
man
looks
shivering.
delicious.
Without hesitation, he adjusted the heater near the table and brought him a steaming bowl of soup, even before taking the order. The restaurant manager frowned from the counter. "Daniel," he whispered sharply, "don't waste food. We're about to close." But Daniel calmly replied,
You have a
"He
gift
looks
for
cold and hungry.
understanding
I'll take
people,
responsibility."
Daniel.
The manager shook his head but
It's
said nothing
much
more.
more
The old
valuable
man
than
slowly
you
ate
might
the soup.
think right
With
now.
every spoonful,
Mhm.
his face relaxed. After finishing, he looked up at Daniel and asked softly, "Why are you being so kind to me?" Daniel smiled. "Because everyone deserves respect, sir. My mother always taught me that." The old man stared at him
Here,
for
sir,
a moment,
please take
as
this.
if memorizing
It's
his
warmer.
face. Then he ordered a simple meal: bread, chicken, and
thank
tea.
you, son.
Daniel served him with the same care he showed every customer. He even packed a small extra sandwich for the man to take home, quietly placing it in a bag. When the elderly man asked for the bill, Daniel noticed something surprising. The man's wallet was almost empty. There were only a few dollars inside, not enough to pay for the meal. The old man looked embarrassed. "I'm sorry," he said, lowering his head. "I thought I had more money." Without hesitation, Daniel gently pushed the bill aside. "It's okay, sir," he said kindly. "This meal is on me." The restaurant manager became angry.
Are
"You
you
can't keep doing this,"
Brooks?
he snapped. "You'll lose your
We
job."
need to
But
ask
Daniel
you a
remained
few
calm.
questions
"If helping someone costs me my
regarding a
job,"
recent
he replied,
incident.
"then maybe it's worth it." The old man's eyes filled with tears. He slowly stood up, placed his hand on Daniel's shoulder, and said, "Thank you, son. You have a good heart." Then he quietly left the restaurant and disappeared into the snowy night. 3 weeks later, life returned to normal. Daniel continued working long hours, barely earning enough to survive. He never expected to see that old man again. One afternoon, a black luxury car stopped outside the restaurant. Two men in formal suits walked inside. Their presence immediately caught everyone's attention. They approached Daniel directly. "Are you Daniel Carter?" one of them asked. "Yes," Daniel replied, confused. The man handed him a sealed envelope. "This letter is for
Here
you,"
is the
he said.
payment for
"It comes
the
from Mr.
tuition."
Edward Harrison."
Thank you,
Daniel's
Mr.
heart skipped a beat.
Brooks.
That was the
Everything
name
is
of the
settled
elderly man he had
now.
helped.
Here
With trembling
is
hands,
your
Daniel
receipt.
opened the envelope and began to read.
Thank
Inside
you
was a
so
letter.
much,
"Dear Daniel,
Daniel.
3 weeks ago, you showed kindness
Here
to a
you go,
stranger when you had
sir.
nothing to gain.
Thank
Most
you
people judged me by my
kindly.
appearance, but you treated me
And
with
one
dignity
for
and
you,
compassion.
too.
I was not a poor man. I am the owner of several companies across the United States and Canada. I was searching for someone with honesty and a good heart, someone worthy of trust. You passed that test. Because of your kindness, I have decided to leave you a portion of my estate and offer you a position managing one of my businesses. Never stop being the person you are. Edward Harrison." Daniel stood frozen. His co-workers gathered around in shock. The suited men then handed him another document, an official legal paper confirming the inheritance. Tears slowly rolled down Daniel's face. He remembered that cold night, the trembling hands, and the simple bowl of soup. He had helped a stranger without expecting anything in return. And now his life had changed forever. Kindness is never wasted. The smallest act of compassion can open doors you never imagined. Sometimes, helping one person can change your entire future.